Sri Gurubhyo Namaha children, welcome to our online teaching academy Ekalaiva. Topic of today's video is CBSE class 10 science, and the name of the lesson is light, reflection and refraction. In our previous class we have learned about the properties of light, and also we have discussed about what is a virtual image, what is a real image, and also we have discussed about the properties of image formed by the plane mirror. And now in this video we are going to learn about spherical mirrors. Okay, so you could have familiar with the spherical mirrors, and the learning objective of today's video is we are going to learn about types of spherical mirrors called concave mirror, convex mirror, and we are also going to learn some optical terms. Okay, now let's get started. So before that let us do an activity. Okay, I just want you all to take a polished spoon, and you know that as polished spoon will have both curved surface and as well as the bulged surface. Okay, so what you are supposed to do is you just see your image in the curved surface. Okay, so when you see a curved, when you see your image in the curved surface, how does it look like? Whether it is smaller or bigger, or whether it is upright or inverted, just see. Okay, and do that same activity by turning the spoon in the other side. So you can see your image upside down in the curved surface, and in the behind the spoon you could have seen that your image will be in upright. So these terms we are going to discuss in detail. Okay, first let us define what is concave mirror. Okay, concave mirror is a spherical mirror whose reflecting surface is curved inward is called a concave mirror. So concave mirror is supposed to represent it in this way, and these lines are represents the non-reflecting surface. These lines indicates the non-reflecting surface, and the inward part is polished surface where the image used to form. Okay. Next is the convex mirror. So convex mirror is a spherical mirror whose reflecting surface is curved outward. You can see it in this picture. The reflecting surface, these lines indicates the non-reflecting surface, and this one polished surface. So these spherical mirrors actually a part of a sphere. Okay, so if a concave mirror, if we consider the concave mirror, the inner part of the sphere is polished, and if we consider this convex mirror, the outer part is polished. Now what we are going to do is we are going to learn about some optical terms, and which is very much necessary in terms of spherical mirrors. Only when we know these optical terms we are able to draw the ray diagrams, and we are able to understand about the spherical mirrors. The first optical term we are going to discuss today is pole. The center of the reflecting surface of a spherical mirror is called a pole, and it is represented with the letter capital P, and it lies on the surface of the mirror. So you can see the sphere over here, and in the sphere this one will be considering as the mirror, and if you take this as a concave mirror, the outer part is the non-reflecting surface. Okay, and the center of this mirror is called pole. And if it is in case of a convex mirror, you can see we can take it as inner part is the non-reflecting surface and the outer part is the reflecting surface, and this part we are going to consider as the mirror, and the center of the mirror we are calling it as pole, and it is denoted with the letter capital P. Yes. Now we will move on to the next term. The next term is the center of the curvature. The point in the center of the sphere from which the mirror was sliced is known as center of curvature, and it is represented with the letter capital C, and the center of the curvature of a concave mirror lies in front of it, and in case of a convex mirror it will be behind the mirror. Okay, so you just look at this picture. This is a concave mirror. So concave mirror, the center of the sphere is called center of curvature, and it lies in front of the reflecting surface of a concave mirror. And if you consider the convex mirror, you can see the reflecting surface outside and the non-reflecting surface is inside the sphere. So inside the sphere means this is the center of the sphere, we used to call it as center of curvature, and it lies behind the convex mirror. Now we will move on to the next one. Next is the radius of curvature. So radius of curvature and center of curvature, we can both are somewhat similar. Okay. Radius of the sphere of which the reflecting surface of a spherical mirror forms the part, and that is called radius of curvature, and it is represented with the letter capital R. So here is the spherical mirror, and this is the center of the curvature, and the radius, this is the radius, the distance between the center of curvature and the pole. This distance is the radius. Even you can draw it here or otherwise here. So this is called radius of curvature, and it is represented with the capital R. And this picture is for convex mirror, and this is for concave mirror. Yes. Now the next term is principal axis. You should be very conscious when you are writing the spelling for principal focus, because in science generally we used to write the spelling PLE, right? But in case of light lesson you are supposed to write PAL. Okay. Yes. So what is this principal axis? Principal axis is a imaginary straight line passing through the pole and as well as the center of curvature. So you can see here this black line, this line is the principal axis, and which it is an imaginary line and which is passing through the center of curvature and the pole. And usually this principal axis makes the angle 90 degree. So it is normal to the spherical mirror. The next term is principal focus. Principal focus, the point at which rays parallel to the principal axis coming from infinity converge after being reflected from a concave mirror is called principal focus, and it is denoted with the letter capital F. So look at this picture, it is a concave mirror, and you can see these rays are parallel to the principal axis which are coming from the infinity, and the ray which comes from infinity, and obviously when it is parallel to the principal axis, after reflection they all meet at a point. That point we used to call it as principal focus, and this principal focus divides the radius of curvature into two. Okay, so Principal focus is denoted with the letter capital F, and for example, if the distance between the pole and the center of curvature is 10 centimeter, then this F will divides into 2. So, this CF will be 5 centimeter and FP will be 5 centimeter. Yes, hope you understood what is principal focus. Now, we will move on to the next term. The next term, principal focus in case of a convex mirror. Okay. So, convex mirror, there is a difference between concave and as well as convex, and what is that difference? Let us define it. The point at which rays parallel to the principal axis coming from infinity appear to converge after being reflected from convex mirror is called principal focus. Yes, so this is the convex mirror. Okay, so these rays are coming from the infinity and they are parallel to the principal axis, and as it is, this convex mirror is called as diverging mirror. They will diverge the lights. So, you can see they are getting diverged, but this diverged rays are appear to come from a point. Okay. So, that is called as principal focus in case of convex mirror. So, focus in case of concave mirror, it will be in front of the concave mirror, and convex mirror, the focus will be behind the convex mirror. Okay. Yes. Now, let us move on to the next term. Next is the focal length. Focal length is very simple, the distance between the pole and the principal focus. This distance we used to call it as focal length, and it is denoted with the letter small f. Yes, and this is for concave mirror and as well as the convex mirror. Focal length also lies in front of the concave mirror, but in case of convex mirror, it will be behind the convex mirror. The next term is the aperture. So, aperture is the diameter of the reflecting surface of a spherical mirror. So, here is the spherical mirror and this is called aperture. Aperture, it is the diameter of the reflecting surface, not the diameter of the it is not the diameter of the sphere, it is the diameter of the reflecting surface. So, apertures may differ according to the size of the mirror. Okay. So, today in this class we have discussed about so many terms, starting with the pole, center of curvature, radius of curvature, and then principal axis, principal focus, focal length, and also we have discussed about aperture. So, there is a relationship between the focal length and the radius of curvature. So, what is that relationship? The focal length is equal to half of the radius of curvature. So, this is what I was explaining when I was talking about the principal focus. So, focal length is equal to the half of the radius of curvature. So, it can be written as focal length is equal to radius of curvature by 2. So, that is f is equal to r by 2, or otherwise r is equal to 2f. Yes, so this is what the relationship between the focal length and as well as the radius of curvature. So, that's all about these terms, and using these terms we are going to draw so many ray diagrams in this chapter. So, before that we have to be very familiar with these terms. Only when we are familiar with these terms we can draw the ray diagrams. So, that's all about this class today. We will continue the remaining in our next class. Please do subscribe our channel to get the latest updates. Thank you children.